This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45. 34 minutes into the hour. This is home of the champions, Heather B.
It is.
Home of the champions, man.
Absolutely.
We've had all the champions up here at some point.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to boxing, a lot of folks know my history.
Wow. I don't know if everyone knows. I don't know if our two guests knows your history. I think you should proudly break it down.
Well, you know, I'm from Oakland, California. Grew up a track runner. And I tell this story all the time. I'm going to tell it to the champ and the champ's trainer. I'm one of the most respected voices in boxing today.
Yeah.
I love listening to his commentary. The one and only Teddy Atlas is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
And in my opinion, probably one of the most under-acknowledged, talented, determined, hard-working boxers that is in the game today. Meat and potatoes boxer. He's not going to come in there and run from you and finesse you in a fight. He's going to come with a great strategy, a great fight plan. He's always going to give it 150%. And it's been proven in his record. He's only lost one time, and that loss was to Manny Pacquiao.
Right.
But that fight, I was there. I was in the stands. It was a great fight. I think he got hurt. I believe that second fight, his ankle, I believe it was. What's it?
That was my calf.
Your calf.
Yeah.
His calf got hurt.
Okay.
And for some reason, in my opinion, when you look at the pound-for-pound list, I don't think they acknowledge him as well as they should. The one and only Timothy Bradley is here, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Man, I'm in heaven right now, man. I got Teddy Atlas in my studio, man. I don't even have the questions.
Thank you. And I'm an Oakland Raider fan, by the way.
Oh, no.
Well, my son, it's in my family. My son is the coordinator of scouting for the Oakland Raiders.
Really? Who's your son?
Teddy Atlas Jr.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got to look him up.
Yeah, he's doing a good job with Reggie McKenzie and the whole crew over there.
Yeah.
You know, they're turning things around over there. They're going to make the playoffs next year.
You
I
hear
have no
that?
doubt. No doubt about it at
Teddy,
all.
anytime you want to come on this show,
I said the right thing, huh?
you good with me, Teddy Atlas. I used to, Timothy, when I ran track, I had a boxing trainer in Oakland approach me to go to the gym, and he thought I had good hand speed and good foot speed, which I did. But and he ran some drills with me. I was like, okay, so you look really good throwing the ring. You know, we're going to have this little guy right here. You're going to box this little guy, this little Mexican dude. And I was like, man, I don't want to do it too small, man. Come on, man, I don't want to do that. Nah, just step in the ring.
Yeah.
And I was out, Teddy, just like that. He hit me with a 3-piece in the nose in my snot box, and I got mad. I wanted to fight him. And it was like, nah, man, you got to box.
He's ready to take off the gloves.
Took off the glove, ran track until I got to college. And I watched boxing. You have a big fight, April 9th. Manny Pacquiao, Timothy Bradley, 3. I know Freddie Roach has come out publicly and said under Teddy Atlas' tutelage, he doesn't feel like you haven't improved as much. So he doesn't expect anything different from the fight. How do you respond to that?
I really don't respond to Freddie Roach. I think he's scared of this man right here, Mr. Teddy Atlas. Atlas is, you know, what they say, a boxing encyclopedia. You know, there's nobody that knows boxing better than Mr. Atlas here. You know, no disrespect to Freddie Roach. I know he's been around. He's, you know, has all accolades and everything. But let me tell you, my trainer, I feel, is better than him.
Okay.
And that's how I feel about it. And April 9th, it's our chance to prove that.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got a great game plan going into this fight. We've already had a mini camp to set up, you know, and talk about the game plan. And now we're going to go to work. And when we come out, we're going to be like a specimen. Man. We're going to be a smart monster.
A smart monster.
Smart
like that.
Monster.
Teddy Atlas, you know, Timothy has fought Pacquiao twice, you know, and a lot of folks, Marquez, even Floyd exposed, I feel like, Pacquiao's vulnerability to a right hook, overhand right. How do you beat Pacquiao this time around, being the fighter that he is today? Like you, Timothy, you said he's not the same guy, but how do you beat him? He's still fast. He's still powerful. He still has that footwork.
Yeah, there's aggression. You know, there's aggression. There's reckless aggression. You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Reckless aggression. We'll take advantage of some of that reckless aggression a little bit. You know, when there's something there, in a strong way, there's also something there on the other side too. You know, he's got great ability. He's got a lot of quick twitch fibers, as I say. You know, he's dynamic. He mixes speed and power very well. He's got quick feet to go with those hands. He comes at you in surges and blitzes. But you know, there's things before the storm that are there, and we have to be ready for those things. You have to recognize those things. You have to see them. We've seen them, and once you've seen them, you know that old saying, "Knowledge is power." Then you have to use the knowledge. We've seen them, and now we're prepared a game plan. We already had a mini camp. We broke down film, and now we're putting ink to pen. You know, we're putting pen to the paper, so to speak, and we already sketched out all the things that we need to do. You know, the strategy. Everyone has tendencies.
Yeah.
You know, and again, his tendencies are connected to great talent.
Yeah.
But there are habits, there are things there are flaws there that we're prepared to take advantage of. And we have to deal with his strengths too. We understand what his strengths are.
Yeah.
You know, that speed and power and that aggression. But there are moments there that he gives you a chance to exploit certain things, do certain things. But you have to be aware of it. You have to be prepared for it. And then you have to be disciplined enough, strong enough to execute it.
Yeah.
And the guy sitting here is that guy.
Timothy Bradley, the champ, is here. I'm going to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. I want to get y'all take on the rest of boxing and some of the contenders that are out right now, especially in the welterweight division, and some of the fights that are coming up. Sway in the Morning and Shade 45. Timothy Bradley and Teddy Atlas are here.
Marriage made in the
Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. It's all going down April 9th. Bradley Pacquiao 3 have the B.
Yep.
Last fight I went to in Vegas was Bradley Pacquiao 2. And I was, you know, in the back with Timothy Bradley and rooting him on and cheering him on. Saw him after the fight and everything, and sent you a message, I believe. You know, I think you're an excellent fighter, man. I think you're everything. I think you're what's good about boxing.
Appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
Really. You know, there's a lot of fighters out there that's hiding behind a record. You know, they saying that they this and they that, and they believe in their own press clippings.
Yeah.
But they really not fighting anybody.
Who in particular?
I mean, I don't really want to start nothing.
This ain't the rap game, man. You can say names in boxing. Don't mean you're gonna jump in the ring.
I mean, you know, I don't want to say names out. You know, I really don't want to say names and get into that because that's just drama. But you know, I just see a lot of fluff out there.
Okay, I'm gonna name some names, and then you guys tell me what you think, because I'm looking at the current Ring Magazine welterweight rankings, which has you at number 4 in the welterweight division, in terms of the rankings. Kell Brook from the UK, 35-0, 24 KOs, IBF champion. What do you guys think of him?
He's a good counterpuncher. You know, controls range, controls distance. You come in 3 inches, he goes back 4. You know, and he creates a little bit of a gap. He's solid. He's always in position. He's never off balance. You know, he doesn't do extra things, but he does the meat and potatoes. He does enough. He's better than he looks. You look at him, you know, it's that book that doesn't look like much until you get into it. And then there's some chapters that get your attention pretty quick. You know, he's always in position.
Teddy sound like an MC right there.
Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah.
He's about to kick a 16-bar verse, Teddy. All right. He's ranked number 1. Manny Pacquiao, we talked about him. Amir Khan is 31-3 and 19 KOs, but those probably came majority early in his career. And he's ranked above you, Timothy Bradley. Do you agree with that?
Do I agree with it? It is what it is. I mean, I know my place and my mark in boxing. I don't care how they got me categorized as far as the rankings goes. I don't worry about that. I just keep fighting the best. That's it.
That's it?
That's all I keep doing, just fighting the best. I mean, I said this, you know, publicly already. I said I really don't care about credit, man. I don't need credit when I'm getting cash. I'm not worried about it. I'm using cash, baby. I don't need no credit.
Oh shit, damn.
So
Cash rule everything around me.
It is what it is. I don't care. I mean, really, honestly, I really don't care. If you give me credit, it's fine. I'm you know, I appreciate it and I respect it, but I haven't gotten any credit pretty much my whole career. You know, and I fought some great fighters.
Yeah, you've never shied away from a war.
Never.
And that's why I think you're good for boxing. You're the type of boxer that the public wants to see. The public wants to see the truth.
Yeah.
It's a lot of smoke and mirrors, it feels like, in boxing.
Yep.
That's actually why I stopped going to Vegas, because I would be behind the scenes and see how shit works and would go, oh, nah, man, you're ruining my dream of what the sport of boxing is all about, which is why I like Teddy Atlas. He shoots straight. He tells the truth. You know, it's meat and potatoes. A fighter that I've been a fan of and have been following, like I followed you, Bradley, is Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are keeping Keith Thurman out of the ring. You know, what are your thoughts on him? He's fighting Sean Porter coming up. Teddy Atlas, let's go with you.
Listen, he's got a real good mix of speed and power. You know, he's the opposite of maybe Kell Brook. You know, it looks like a great book, but there might be missing a couple chapters in there that you don't know are missing. You know, and I like him. I like the kid. He's very articulate, real smart kid. You know, good for the sport, as you were talking about before. Represents himself outside and inside the ring really well. He, again, speed and power, athletic, maybe the most athletic up there with Tim. I think Tim is one of the most athletic fighters out there. People don't recognize it sometimes because sometimes he brings it to the edge of the cliff with his heart, you know, and you miss the athleticism a little bit. But you got to peek at that in the Rios fight, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
Where he's taken that athleticism and defined it a little bit more. You know, hooked it up, connected it with the things that he needs to connect it to, with the determination and with his ring sense and everything else. Thurman is very athletic. But I just get the feeling that when you look at him, you know, and you see him, just like looking at the cover of the book, you think that you're seeing a guy that's indestructible in his mind.
Yeah.
And he's not really that guy. He's not, you know, people want him to be Tyson.
Yeah.
They want him to be that seek and destroy missile, you know, that monster. But you are what you feel you are inside. That's where it really resonates from. And inside, he's more of a careful guy. You know, he's in the body of Tyson, but he's got more of the mindset of a Mayweather. Yeah, he really does. Where he's deliberate, he's careful.
Wow. Damn. Teddy Atlas, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell y'all.
Let's speak about Mayweather. Nobody was really ready for him to retire. I wanted to see one more great fight from him. If he stays retired, I think he's smart. What do you think?
I mean, I don't think he's going to stay retired. You know, I think he is smart. You know, he's been a real good promoter. You know, people forget, they see what a great defensive fighter he's been, but they forget what a great manager he's been, what a great promoter he's been, you know, and how smart he's been with, you know, building his kingdom, so to speak, into the money team. He's real smart. So he'll wait for the, you know, wait for the lights to come on at the right time. You know, he'll wait for the right moment when the landscape is right for people to want him to come back. He goes away at the right time and he'll come back at the right time.
Yeah. To me, he's one of the greatest of all time because of that. Not just because of, you know, what made Muhammad Ali so great wasn't just what he did in the ring, even though that was excellent, is how he conducted himself outside of the ring. You might question how Floyd has conducted himself outside of the ring, but you cannot question how he's conducted himself in the business of boxing.
He's selling a lot of them hats.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you go to the MGM and you got those money team hats and they're selling for $60, $70.
Yeah.
A lot of people buying them.
They're buying them, man. And here's the other thing, man. If I had to do my top 10, like the Ring Magazine, Welterweight rankings, if I did my top 10 boxers who could rap, Floyd is at the top of the list. He came in and kicked the verse, Timothy Bradley.
I can't rap, man.
No, you can't rap? Okay. All right. I thought I'd give it a shot.
Rap,
I'd give it a shot, man. I don't know.
2 bars?
Danny Garcia, his pops kicked the verse, you know. If you beat Pacquiao this fight, let's just say when you beat Pacquiao. Okay?
I like that better.
All right?
Positive.
I think that's a fight that I would like to see. Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Timothy Bradley. Is that possible?
We got to get past Pacquiao first.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only thing on our mind is Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no logic to boxing. It really isn't. I mean, you would think something like that should happen, but it hasn't happened yet.
We wouldn't mind matching X's and O's with with Mr. Floyd Mayweather, who's the smartest man in the ring.
Yeah.
Considers himself the smartest man, deserves that recognition. But we got to get past a very, very big challenge in Pacquiao.
Yeah.
But if that, then we get the chalkboard out and maybe match wits with Mr. Mayweather.
That would be great. Teddy Atlee, Timothy Bradley, they're both here. We got Danielle on the line from Modesto, California. What up, Danielle?
What up, Danielle?
What's up, Tracy G and the B? Way?
What up, man? What's your question?
Hey, what you gonna do different in this fight? You gonna go for the finish?
Oh man, you know what? You just gonna see a smart monster out there, man. Smart, very intelligent, controlling the distance, doing what I gotta do. Listen to Teddy, man. We got a great game plan, man. And the theme of this one, the theme of the last fight was the fireman. The theme for this fight is the log in the ocean.
The log? What does that mean?
I cannot elaborate on that.
Oh, that's some Teddy Atlas cryptic code boxing science or something?
The log in the ocean.
The log
baby.
in the who's hit you the hardest in your career? Who has the hardest punch?
Ruslan Pavatnikov.
Yeah, man.
By far, that Russian guy, he hits like a mule, man. I've never been hit that hard in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. And Manny Pacquiao, I mean, he can pop, but it's more snap.
Yeah.
On Manny Pacquiao, and then Marquez, he got heavy hands.
Yeah.
It's like you get hit with bricks, with Marquez. But with Pacquiao, it's like almost like a whip, man, with like a weight on the end. It's just like, what the, you know what I mean? Woo! Yeah, boy, when you get hit, it's like, woo wee. It rattle you a little bit. yeah, but it's not like super heavy. It's not super heavy.
Boxers normally don't tell you that, but I appreciate you being honest.
I'm honest, man.
Timothy, if with all the stuff going on and listening to what you and Teddy had to say today, and I heard you say there's no logic to boxing, and that kind of stuck out to me. So if it's not, then what keeps you motivated to keep getting back in the ring?
My legacy. That's what keeps me motivated. I mean, the money's great. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I want to be remembered. That's pretty much it. I want to be remembered. I want to be a guy that fought everybody, that never ducked anybody, that was willing and to get in there and mix it up with anybody, the best, and and beating the best. That's what keeps me motivated. Like you have all these guys you mentioned today.
Yeah. You know who else I like is Earl Spence, young guy coming up.
Yeah.
Olympian. He was a 2012 Olympian.
Yeah, he's a fantastic
guy.
fighter. He's solid.
Doesn't do one thing where the neon lights go on, but does everything well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything well. Real solid guy. Has that amateur pedigree of 200 fights or somewhere in that neighborhood. Fought the best in the world internationally. Has the confidence that goes along with those things I just said. Solid guy.
Yep.
I heard a rumor. You guys in the boxing circles, if you heard this rumor, tell me. If you didn't, it's fine. But I remember hearing a rumor that Errol Spence used to spar in the Mayweather camp and got the best of Mayweather in sparring once. Y'all ever hear that?
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I definitely did.
I heard he knocked him down, but nobody will admit to it.
I don't know about knocking him down.
Yeah.
But I don't know about knocking him down. I don't know. I haven't heard that one, but I know that
how rumors go.
But
I heard he handled his own in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Floyd would go on record and say he did.
Oh, okay.
That he sparred him and he was he was more than he thought he was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We got John from Rhode Island on the line. John, what up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Tim?
Hey, how you doing, John?
Man, I'm doing great. Blessings, brother. All I want to say is, man, honestly, I don't know what Teddy Atlas is trying to compare your boxing skills to Floyd Mayweather's for, but I totally disagree with that. I honestly became a fan after the Kendall Holt fight. Man, you showed a lot of heart. You got up off the canvas like a real warrior, man, and blessings to you, my brother. You don't have all the boxing skills. That's why people doubt you, but you got will and you got determination, and that's what you got to condemn. You know what I mean? And I respect you for that.
All right.
Quick question, Tim. You remember a warrior from Rhode Island? He went by the name of Jose Arias.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
what about him?
Is this Teddy Atlas?
No, that's just Tim. Teddy's right here.
No, but I think you need to clean your ear out a little bit, just a little bit, because I didn't say that I was comparing his skills to Floyd Mayweather. I was just saying we could match X's and O's with Floyd Mayweather, but it's early in the morning. Maybe you need to get some Q-tips out, you know? That's okay, though. I understand, that you appreciate Tim, and I appreciate that. You appreciate his heart. We all appreciate the heart, but I just don't want him using his heart all the time. I want to mix the skills in there so he doesn't have to go to the edge of the cliff all the time, because a fighter only has so many of those fights in him, and I want to save it, and I want to save Tim for his family so he can hug those 5 beautiful children that he has.
All right. Hey, John, thanks for your call. You're a citizen, man.
Sway in the morning, homie.
All right, listen, April 9th. This fight might bring me back to Vegas because, Tim,
really?
I got a 90-inch screen at the house, baby. It's like I'm in Vegas, Tim.
That's
Come
right.
on, man. But this fight, man, because you brought your family with you, your mom and your pops, and, and to see your family together.
Yeah.
Your mother and father, even beyond the ring. Your journey to me is a metaphor for just life journey, in a sense, to watch you work so hard and struggle. And this guy talk about you don't have the skills. That's why people doubt you. You can't be a welterweight champion if you don't have the skills.
That's right.
You won 36 fights, right?
Yeah.
36 fights.
30, I think it was 33.
33 fights.
33.
And you only lost one fight. You can't do that without – and you lost to Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
On the cards.
Yeah. And I've beaten I think I've beaten about 12 world champions.
Yeah.
12 world champions.
And doesn't get – that's interesting to me.
I mean, look at my resume compared to any welterweight in the division.
Yeah.
And then, I would ask everybody to go look at my resume.
Yeah.
BoxRec, check it out, and then compare it to anybody else in the division. My resume is better than anybody in the division.
Timothy Bradley, man. Teddy Atlas is writing down something. What is that, man? The secrets? Teddy Atlas, he's writing down secrets. How to get that?
On paper towels.
On paper towels.
On paper towels, gentlemen.
Do it with what you have to do with.
That's what's up, man. Hey, Teddy Atlas, great meeting you, man. I'd love to have you back on the show anytime, brother.
Great meeting you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you guys very
Timothy
much, man.
Bradley, your
Appreciate
family,
y'all.
your father's here, man. Man.
Thank you for the warmth. We feel it. Thank you.
Absolutely,
very much.
man. Absolutely. I respect you guys.
And
man.
I'm sorry if I upset John or Tim or whoever that was with the bad ears. But I'm sure you're gonna get that stuff cleaned up. And like I said, it's Floyd is great, but everybody is what they are. I'm not trying to make him like Floyd in any way, but anytime you can be smarter, anytime you can take the great character. And I think that's his greatest strength. Sometimes we look at the physical strengths and we forget the strength from within, our character, our beliefs, our will, and our reasons to fight for other people and for the right things. There's a strength to that. There's a power to that. Tim Bradley has that power. And I just want to make sure, and that's why I'm with him, because of the character of the man that he is, the person that he is. And otherwise I wouldn't have came back to this end of it.
Yeah.
Because you think I want to deal with guys like Roach and hear that kind of chirping and all that kind of silliness? That's ugly.
Yeah.
That's trashy. I don't want to hear that. But I came back to be around a good person, a decent person, like Timothy Bradley.
Appreciate that,
and
Coach.
the only thing I was saying to that guy that called in is that I don't want him to depend on his will all the time. He's got great skills, and I want to show those great skills to go with the will. And when you do that, you got something really special. And I think I'm sitting next to someone special, and I think on April 9th, you're going to see all of that come forward. And
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to figure out a rhyme for you, but
You
it's
was
okay.
you was writing a rap? Hold up. Turn the music down.
Oh, he was over here writing
No,
bars.
but I didn't get there. So
Let's
it's
see
okay.
what you got, Teddy.
No, I never
Let
got
me
there.
explain this. It's if Ring Magazine did a top 10 list of radio shows to rap on, this is the show in the world. This is the show that would be on the top of the list. There's nowhere but down to go from here. So, Teddy, if you ever gonna spit that bar, man, we could come back, give them some time. Play a song, we'll come back.
Thank you.
All right, let's play a song, we'll come back. We'll give them some time. We'll give them
Okay.
some time. All right? Sway the morning. We'll come back. Teddy Atlas gonna spit some bars, kid. Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. Cash rules everything around me. Cream gets the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Timothy Bradley is here, welterweight champion. We got Teddy Atlas here, boxing trainer, commentator, champion.
Yeah.
It's been with some of the greatest. Michael Moore. When he beat Evander Holyfield. Teddy Atlas was there. Mike Tyson in the beginning of his career, the development of this great fighter.
Right.
Teddy Atlas was there. Current WBO welterweight champion, the one and only Timothy Bradley. Teddy Atlas is here. He got moved by the spirit of the show, Heather B.
I like that.
This is the home of the MC, Teddy Atlas.
Yes, it is.
What you feel about the greatest boxers is what we feel about the greatest MCs. The hyenas!
Hyenas!
Teddy Atlas, man, I know you've been jotting down some bars, man.
Real quick.
Okay, let's go. You want to go a cappella? No music?
No, give me a little music. Maybe
me a little
light. All right.
You like that?
You like that?
It is. Sounds good. I feel it.
You feel that, right? Okay. Teddy Atlas, Sway in the morning. He's a hyena.
It's all about April 9th. Okay. When the bell rings, as always, Tim will be on the attack, knowing what to expect from the pack. And when the business is done, there will be only one. And as they say, when the lights come on, the roaches will go out. I'm out.
Shit, Teddy! Talk your shit, Teddy!
Killing them.
Teddy Atlas,
right.
ladies and gentlemen. Sway in the morning. Timothy Bradley, April 9th,
We love you.
MGM,
We love you all.
Las
Thank you.
Vegas.
Thank you.
Love you guys, man.
No
We feel the same way about you guys. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all, man, for blessing us, man.
Absolutely.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.